guys, it's VicMerc with Team Relinquish. I am bringing to you my Dino deck profile for the new format. On Thursday, we played locals. We played with new lists. Of course, that means one Miscellaneousaurus, which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. The deck's still broken. It was pretty fun, actually. I think round one, I 2-0'd my opponent pretty quickly. Nappies is a broken card, which I'm going to go over like everything that's in my deck. Let's just get you around to deck profile. Of course, as you can see, Conductor, Dane, Galatea. I also have a Orcus deck profile that I probably need to do sooner or later too. That list doesn't change, but yeah. Okay, starting off with Dino deck. 3 Oviraptor, of course, still best normal sum of the deck. You need to play 3. And sadly now, the 1 miss. Of course, I missed the other 2, but I play other cards now to where it doesn't really matter if I don't have it in my opening hand. Yeah, I can search it so many different ways. But yeah, still a broken deck without 3 miss. Next, for the scrap package, I played 3 Scrap Raptor. I ended up adding a 3rd one in. I was only playing 2 before. I didn't get to put my list out before Miss got hit, so the list changed up a little bit from then, of course. But 3 Scrap Raptor is kind of broken because this plus Lost World is full combo. And then, of course, the 1 Chimera. I'm not playing the Fridge. I'm not playing Golem or anything like that. People ask me if I should play 2 of these, and I was like, there's no point. Next, for the babies, 3 Baby Ceratosaurus, of course, all blue. And, of course, the 1 Petite. This part hasn't changed from the last couple builds. It's going to stay the same. The only time this will ever go up is if it's actually needed, to where, like, say if Ovi got hit the 2 or anything, I'd start playing more Archosaur just so I can consistently see a baby with Archosaur. Of course, next, double Archosaur. Of course, you really don't want to draw it, but just in case you have to play 2 in case you do draw it. And if you do draw it with Misc, it's kind of broken because you can use the Misc to bait out hand traps and then normal summon this and still do full combo. Next, of course, 1 of Giant Rex. That hasn't changed. It's a broken card still. It just recycles itself. Next, for boss monsters, of course, double Conductor. That's not changing. 3 is a little too bricky. I want to see him in my open hand, but then again, I don't want to see him in my open hand. I can just summon off Pill. Of course, 1 Pankratops. I wish this card came back to more than just 1. Even if it's at 2, this card is broken. And then 1 Overtext. I've always played Overtext, but a lot of people are putting it back in their decks now just for the fact that it recycles Misc. But I've always played it just because it's a spell and trap negate, and it's always been a recycle for me. Now, next, I did play the Windberry statue. I'm still playing the Smorg build. It's pretty broken, ending on like 3 or 4 negates plus a Windberry statue, so your opponent can't play the game. Next, this little card right here, Nemesis Keystone. This is how you recycle Misc or really anything in your banish pile. You can do it like at least 3 times in a duel. You banish it off Pill, you add it back at the end phase, and it's just broken. And you can search it as well. I do play a card to search it in the extra deck. Next, I play 2 Nibiru, so I'm getting onto the hand traps. This card's also searchable because it's the same card that searches Keystone. That's going to be Gallon Granite. Next, 2 Ash Blossom. I thought about playing the 3rd, but it just wasn't really needed. I actually drew both of them a lot. And then, of course, the 3 Gamma, the 1 Driver. You have to still play this. It helps protect the Misc. It helps against a lot of decks actually going second. It's not that bad against Drytron, considering you can hit them in hand. Now they're no longer in hand. Like Ash will stop the effect from being summoned, but it can still be tributed by another one. Gamma just says no, go to grave. Okay, that's it for the monsters. I think it's like 28 or something like that. Spells, of course, 3 Lost World to 1 Terraforming. That's not going to change anytime soon. I do side out Terraforming, maybe a Lost World every once in a while, depending on the matchup. Next, of course, 3 Fossil Dig, the best road in the game, because, of course, it's at 3. Still have to see Misc. Double Evolution Pill, you have to play 2 still, as long as you're playing Archosaur, because if you draw it, Archosaur is dead. Double Pot of Prosperity. I thought about playing the 3rd one, but that would have put me to 43 cards since I am playing. I'm sorry, that would have put me to 44 cards since I am playing 43 since I added a 3rd Scrap Raptor. I couldn't figure out what to take out for it. But to be honest, it's worked perfectly fine. There was a game where I did open 2, and that was a little weird, but I won. Next, cards that help kind of replace Misc. 1 for 1 is pretty much another Misc, just for the fact that it can discard any monster, summon Archosaur, pop baby, combo off. It's just good for that. And then, of course, the 1 Foolish. Same thing, it sends Misc from deck to grave, sends Overtext, sends Giant Rex, sends anything you actually need. And then the 1 Call by the Grave, now I can actually fit it in the deck. You need any card you can get that helps you protect the 1 Misc now. As for the main deck, like I said, it's 43. For the extra deck, of course, I always have to play myself as a token, plus wrap my team. I am going on to Link Monster. I'm playing the 1 Link Rebo. I cut Secure Garden from this list because it just wasn't really needed. Almost every time, if I am summoning Link Rebo, I am going off into something else as well. And now that you're playing the scrap package, you don't actually have to banish the Link Rebo for pill, so you always normally have a non-dino. Playing the Reproduct is, of course, for Smorg. The Pentastag, of course, we're going second for decaying through defense monsters. The 1 Scrap Wrap Wyvern for the scrap combo. Next, I play the Nightmare package of Phoenix Unicorn, just out back row, out problematic cards still. That hasn't changed. Of course, the 1 Samorg. Of course, for the Barrier Lock, the Barrier Statue Lock. And then the 1 Axis Code Talker for definitely going for game. If you summon this card, you should be killing your opponent. There's no reason to summon it if you're not killing your opponent. Next, for the rank 4s, I'm playing the 1 Abyss Dweller. It's not bad going first, especially since it actually lets you play around Dark Luna more a little bit. The 1 Tornado Dragon lets you out your own Barrier Statue Lock. Also, it's good against, of course, any back row deck. The 1 Gallagranite, it searches the Nemesis Keystone and the Nibiru, so it's pretty good in that sense where it does search a hand trap. Like if your hand's not really that great, you can just make this and search that, or search the Keystone for a combo extender to shuffle back the Misc and keep on going. And of course, the Dolka and the Logia, those aren't changing anytime soon. Those 2 cards are busted. I hope this card comes Collector Rare in King's Court, so I can pick one up. Now for the Synchros, I'm playing 2 this time instead of just the 1 Savage. I am playing the Chariot Beast because with Scrap Raptor plus Keystone, it makes Beast. Pretty broken, especially since Sky Striker's back in the format. It's great against Invoked, it's great against the Mirror match. It's great against almost every matchup except for, of course, Trap decks. But I think turn 1, round 1 against Invoke Shaddoll. I made this with Dolka, Logia, Conductor, Windbearer. He just scooped without even revealing what he was playing. It was just broken. Of course, the 1 Savage, level 8 Synchros now since you do have a level 4 tuner in this deck. It's a broken card. Now, for the side deck. Of course, side deck is always player choice, all up to you, depending on your locals. I probably should change it up a little bit. I'm playing double Lancia. It was 3 at first, but I had to take 1 out to fit other cards in. To be honest, I didn't even really side it in. It's great against Invoked and stuff like that, just didn't really need it against them. I didn't play any mirror matches. There was only 1 other Dino player, and he didn't even realize we were playing new lists at first, so he had to figure out 2 cards for Misc. And yeah, he's free anyways. Next, the 1 Feather Duster for trap decks, and of course other 2 Cyclones for trap decks, and also 2 Lightning Storms for trap decks. This is great against Striker, of course any trap deck as well. Just in case to go second. Now, for any combo decks, Triple Droplets. Normally I would main this card, but I didn't have the room for it this time. I took it out. Alright, so yeah, Triple Droplets, like I said, great against any combo deck. I would love to main it still, just didn't have room for it this time. Now for the traps that I decided, of course, the 1 Red Reroute. Of course, going second against any trap deck once again. It's broken 1 of, wish it was at more than 1. And then the Anti-Spell package, so 3 Anti-Spell Fragrance and 1 Imperial Order. This so I don't get hit by droplets myself, Lightning Storm or Dark Luna more. It's also great against Sky Strikers and Invoked and a couple other decks as well. The funny thing is I actually did not draw them every time I sided them in, but I still won almost every game that I did side them in. But it was whatever. It was really just cards for going first. I didn't side many for those. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I played 43 cards this time. So I know it's not my normal 42, but it worked. If you're still looking to play this deck is still broken. Don't listen to people that say Miska that won the deck is dead. It's not. Alright guys, signing off.